Hey, what's up, YouTube Boxing family? This is K right here, back with another good video for y'all today. I wanted to make this video to talk a little bit more about gaming for the channel. For those of you that are gamers out there, I just wanted to, talk about League of Legends for a bit to give my insight of why I have been playing more ranked flex queue rather than solo duo. And I'm just gonna make the case for why ranked flex queue is better than solo duo, and what should Riot be doing to make the rank mode more fair and less toxic, right? All right, so yeah, let's get right to it. I will be covering Warrington and Martinez. I'll be doing my post-fight reaction to that. I think honestly, Martinez should get the job done, and that's going to be a really difficult game. But I think Warrington, honestly, he should have never deserved that title shot. I think Mauricio Lara should have been in position to get the title anyway, and I find that really weird how Mauricio Lara, he doesn't really get his title shot, knowing that he's ranked higher in the IBF, if I'm not mistaken. And Warrington, he hasn't done shit in the IBF to, even earn his bearings in his division. So I'll be making a video on that, and then I'll be doing a video on Ebony Bridges of why I believe Ebony Bridges shouldn't deserve that title shot, and why I think she's going to lose against Cecilia Roman. But yeah, let's get right to it, man. I'm going to be talking about League of Legends for this particular video. And I guess that the thing about this particular video is that a lot of people try to say that playing flex queue is like not real, not real ranked competitive queue, and it's just there for people to just practice and just basically mess around, blah blah blah. But I'll be the first one to say that I disagree, because I do run into some players that are pro players, and some people that actually just do flex queue just to work on skills. But I mean, at the end of the day, you tend to see like high elo players being mixed into flex queue, because now what the high elo players are like smurfing on flex queue for the for the sake of just trying to boost their MMR, just to make it seem like that they're good players. But at the end of the day, when they get into solo queue, that's a whole different story, because it's like the flex queue MMR is separate from the solo duo MMR. So there's just like a different setup with like how the games are function and match made with the proper players. And I just find it weird, because a lot of people think that rank flex is just meaningless and no one doesn't care about it. But my question to a lot of players is that why do people think that ranked solo duo is any better? Because ranked solo duo does not have a team base oriented how should I say, team base oriented strategy where the game itself can get any better for for the sake of people knowing what they have to do to actually win the game. And I will say that with flex queue, I have like a belief to think that flex queue is actually a lot better, because more people are focused on team play rather than just egotistical toxic play, in which that's how I just define it, to say that there are more toxic players on solo duo where they don't care about the team, they just care about getting KDA kills, just to basically be like a piece of shit player and try to act like that they're better than everyone, everyone in the game. And honestly, that's that's a really bad mindset to go in to a actual tough game, or any game, regardless of what game that you play. But for League of Legends case, it just so happens to seem that ranked solo duo is not about team play. But for Flex Queue, more people are focused on team play because they know that they're facing just as good as players that will be focusing on team play as well to try to win the game. So I truly think that Flex Queue is better than solo duo queue because you have more of a dynamic structure of how people play the game. But don't get it twisted. Like, I mean, there are stupid people that do play the game, in either ranked modes. But I just think what Riot needs to do, they really need to focus more on the intangibles of fixing rank flex and just having it strictly based off of, match-made performances. And then you separate all the crappy players from the good players. And then that's what makes the game, actually good and playable. Because the problem is that there's just too many people that just don't care about playing the game correctly. And I think that's what makes the game, actually boring and very unpopular. So I don't know how Riot thinks that Flex Queue and solo duo is getting any better, because I mean Flex Queue is like a step down from solo duo, because people will say, oh well, Flex Queue isn't isn't really being made for for climbing. Most people just hop on just to work on champions, just to get better. But I think it's mainly a lot more different. I think a lot of people do care about playing playing Flex Queue because if you want to get better, you have to work as a team. So I think what Riot needs to do, they have to just make it more dynamic where the team play actually does matter. And I mean, regardless of trying to nerf champions and shit like that, they need to just nerf the amount of bad players that get queued up in a game with you, because a lot of people really do try very hard to say that, oh well, the players don't suck in League, it's like the characters that people use in the game that makes up the game horrible. But I disagree with that, because if you actually think about it, you have players that actually think that they're good, with a character that takes zero skill like Veigar, but at the end of the day, those players, those players are just hard abusing meta strategies just to win the game, and then they have this weird, high level ego to pretend as if they're the best player out there, but when they get counterpicked or face another team that has stronger game level IQ in the game, that's what makes it really hard for that argument to be made, because it's it's not hard to win a game in League. It's just that how teams are going to prioritize themselves to actually win. So I think honestly, more people just need to understand that ranked is just a mode for people to just be competitive and work themselves to be better. Because if you really think about it, if ranked actually did matter, then more people would be structured to focus on the intangibles to actually be a good player. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think what Riot needs to do is that they really need to focus on separating good players from bad players, and then then on top of that, they need to have a reputation system to let people know how players play, because it's if I'm going into a game and I don't know if this guy is a Jarvan one trick in the jungle, but I need to know how his tendencies are, then I have zero zero level information to actually know how good of a player he really actually is. Because the thing is that he could say that he's that good of a player, but I just think based off of how people think that certain players are, basically structured to be, is that, the MMR system is supposed to level you to be good based off of, the performance that you play, but that's not really how the MMR system actually works. It's basically structured basically off of the level of elo that you have, basically face. Because if I'm facing, let's just say silver level elo players, and then I go ahead and face maybe like some players that are in high plat or, low diamond, then that means my MMR is increasing higher, but it's basically determined off of the amount of wins that I have gotten to actually, make a difference to actually, win the game. So I think what the MMR system needs to be fixed with is that, well, personally, like for me, I would take take away the MMR system, and then I would just replace it with a performance level metered system where, if you do good in like your first 10 games in ranked, then you should get matched up with good players that are just as good as you, and then that that actually determines how good of a player you are. So that way the matchmaking system can actually level out how good of a player you can be based off of, the amount of, level of talent that you can do. And I think, that would help the game, actually scale. And I think that would, make it a lot better to, basically structure the level of competition better. So, I don't know. I think, honestly, eventually Riot needs to, fix that up, and I think that would definitely make I personally think that would make the game, be a lot better, and I think eventually that's what Riot needs to focus on, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the game can definitely be fixed for the better. So. Yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys later. All right, so thank you. Bye.